What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back for the third and final part of our Aegislash OU Suspect test session. So far, I've been having a lot of fun using the spooky sword yet again, but he's not going to last too long. We all know he's going to stay banned to Ubers, but anyway, I'm still enjoying it while it's here, I guess, just for the sake of some variety, because it's been like a year since he's been in the tier. Anyway, this is an interesting team just because I see Seismitoad. Either way, gonna give the guy good luck, have fun, and we're gonna lead off with Dirta, the Diggersby, and he has nothing that wants to take an EQ. Pretty much everything on his team gets 2-hit KO'd, except for maybe the Slowbro. It really depends. Yeah, that does 80% to a Clefable. He's gonna Moonblast me. That is not a 2-hit KO. Yeah, I don't know why he did that. I mean, basically, as soon as I send Diggersby out, though, he has to sacrifice something. So I guess he just wanted to get the safe switch into Slowbro, because now I pretty much have to switch. I'm going to send in Sharpedo here, because we don't really need it for much, looking at the team. Unfortunately, we are going to get burned by Scald, as Jawzy just gets burned all the time. But I'm going to go for the Dark Pulse here, as Klefki is going to come in. And I don't know what you're going to do. You can't T-Wave me. Maybe you're going to set up some spikes or something. But I could just Hydro Pump you, and that should be a 2-hit KO. But I also can just go right into Diggersby and then kill something else. You're gonna Light Screen? No, you're gonna Spike. Okay, fair enough. That does 54. I can't talk. The Hydro Pump does 54%. Was what I was trying to say. And I'm gonna Dark Pulse here in case he wants to send in Slowbro or Seismitoad, and that works to my advantage because we get some damage off in the Seismitoad as it switches in, a net of about 26% or so after the lefties, and I could opt to go into Clefable here to get up my rocks if I wanted to. I could go into Mandibuzz to defog, or I could, Aegislash is probably not a good switch, that's for sure. He's going to turn the timer on me. Sorry, I'm kind of taking a long time here. I would not be surprised, I mean, depending on the spread, if Diggersby can't just OHKO it from there, if it's not physically defensive, but we have no way of knowing. So I think my safest play is to go into the Mandibuzz here. I can taunt it to prevent rocks or hazards, but I'm actually just going to foul play, because damage is damage. So yeah, you want to go for knockoff, that's fine. I don't need those lefties for anything. And I will... Do I want to taunt you now? No, I'm just going to foul play again, get some more damage off. So now he's going to go for the rocks, that's fine. I didn't want to waste the turn going for Defog, though, if he was just going to go for rocks. Now he's going to pull the switch into Gothitelle to trap me, but I do get rid of all those hazards, which is great. And now I want to taunt you. Oh, your Scarf, okay. I was kind of expecting you to be Specs and trick me, but that is not the case. So you're going to be able to take me out with another T-Bolt. So Mandy goes down, which is unfortunate, but we know that you're locked into the T-Bolt at this point, so I can just go into Diggersby, and I get a kill again. Like, every time Diggersby comes in on this team, it's going to kill something. So I'm just going to U-turn, predicting a switch, because the fodder for Seismitoad was pretty obvious. So we get rid of that, and Diggersby is able to get out of there before the Slowbro is going to come back in. And if I go into Aegislash, he doesn't really have much he wants to switch in on that. If he goes into Gothitelle, I'll just King Shield to see what move he's going to lock himself into. But we see the Klefki here. This can't do anything to me. Okay, you can T-Wave. I mean, that's fine. I could have very easily just gone into Diggersby there, and T-Waving and Aegislash is kind of silly. But I will... I want to click Shadow Ball here so bad. I really do, but King Shield is probably the better play, just to see what he locks himself into, because I know he's Scarf. Do I want to do something risky? Do I? I want to click Shadow Ball just because of the trick, though. That's my thought process there, because otherwise Shadow Ball would be a terrible play. But it's probably better if I just go into Clefable, so that's what I'm going to do, as he does pull the trick here, so we're going to get the Specs. Oh, wait a minute. Did I say he was Scarf before? I think I did say he was Scarf. He's Specs. Okay, never mind. Why was I thinking he was Scarf? Because he outsped Mandibuzz? He must just be running speed, which makes sense. So I don't... Just forget what I was saying, basically. He was Specs with max speed. That had to be what he was running. But still, we're able to take out the Gothitelle thanks to that Specs. because it allows us to do over 50% with each hit. Mega Gross is going to come in, take out Clefable, and this is a fast-paced match. I feel like it's going by faster than I can commentate it. But he's got an Iron Head here, and thankfully we don't get parried as the Shadow Ball does 99% to Mega Metagross. I will King Shield just because if I Shadow sneaked there, I know I would have been fully parried, and then I would just die to an EQ, and I don't want that. So now we... Doesn't matter. Wait, what just happened? I try to go for the Shadow Sneak, now I get fully paralyzed, and he doesn't even go for EQ? He went for the Iron Head, predicting a switch into... What? He easily could have killed me there. I mean, I would have just gone into Diggersby, but then I'd have to lock myself into Quick Attack, and he gets a safe switch into Slowbro again. And then Charizard would have to take damage coming in, so yeah, that could have, I mean, at least put me in somewhat of a tight situation there. Unfortunately, I'm just continuing to get paralyzed. How many times in a row was that? 2. Okay, that's not that bad. I've had worse. I have to King Shield again. Okay, now it's 3. I just get Power Hacks 3 times in a row. That is a bit ridiculous. So we get 0 damage off on this thing. I'm sorry, that's a bit silly. Like, if we could have just gotten any hit off, that would have been nice. Because Shadow Ball would have done easily over half. It really depends on what the spread of this thing is. But, yeah, Slowbro doesn't have the best special defense. So I'm just going to Dragon Dance here. He can't kill me in one hit with anything. He's just going to T-Wave. Okay. So now I will Dragon Claw. Oh, look at that. We don't get parried, and that does over half to a Slowbro. But Tough Claw's Megazard is nothing to scoff at. And the best part is that at +1 speed, even though I'm T-Waved, I still outspeed Slowbro. Despite being parried. That's ridiculous. So we get the win. That was a fast match. But we're going to just find another one here. This is a pretty threatening team. I see Manaphy. That could be a lead. Garchomp could be a lead as well. Because Stealth Rocks and such. Or he could just go into Manaphy and start setting up Tail Glows. Because this is OU and that is what we do. We just take our setup sweeper, turn 1, and just try to kill things. So it is going to be the Manaphy. I wonder if he will try to set up on a Clefable if he's not sure if it's unaware or not. Because that will lose him a lot of momentum and he'll have to take a lot of damage on something. Yeah, he's just going to go straight for the Tail Glow. Alright. So we get our rocks up, which is great. He does have a Defogger in that Latios. But if we can force it to defog, we can deal with it a little bit easier. And then if we can preserve the... what was I saying? I don't know. Preserve the Clefable, we can get rocks up again for Charizard. Now I'm just going to Destiny Bond, and he doesn't seem to care as he just sets up the +6 with Tail Glow and kills me and goes down with Sharpedo. So Jawsy putting in work, eliminating the most powerful sweeper on this team. Well, not necessarily. That could be Charizard X. Could be Charizard X. Like, Dragon Dance Charizard X is super threatening. But judging by the rest of his team, it looks like that's going to be... Is that going to be Y? I mean, he's got a Ferrothorn and a Manaphy, so maybe that's not Y. But Fire Blast is going to do a lot to this Clefable. He's going to T-Wave for some reason. Maybe expecting me to switch. That's fair enough, just because Clefable doesn't normally like to stay in on Ferrothorn. So yeah, that was a pretty decent play, I guess. But I will just go for Fire Blast again, as he is going to pull the switch into Charizard without even trying to defog. And I don't understand that play. Yeah, I'm not sure I understand that play. I'm going to Moonblast here, as he's just going to Roost. Okay, we get the special attack drop, which I guess is kind of hacksy, but what is this Charizard? He's not Mega Evolving. I'm going to go into Mandibuzz. He's going to Dragon Dance. So I guess he's Charizard X, but he's not Mega Evolving for some reason. I will just Foul Play you then, and you're just going to die. That was weird. That was really, really weird. So he's going to pull the switch actually into Ferrothorn. Is this going to die to a Foul Play? It is, because we're going to get a crit. That may have mattered. Don't really know. And was that Ferrothorn lefties? Did we see what that was? We probably did, and I just wasn't paying attention. Yeah, we had to, because I Fire Blasted it. Oh well. But it's gone, thanks to Mandy. And Latios is going to come in here. This is not a switch in. Maybe this person is just a little bit inexperienced. I'm going to Roost here, expecting the Draco, because now he's going to go to -2, and we're going to Roost off all that damage, and now he has to switch and take damage on something else. and everything on his team takes a solid chunk from foul play at this point, because that Ferrothorn is gone, and Manaphy's gone too. So he either sacrifices Latios or takes significant damage on other things. He opts to go for the Defog to get rid of the Stealth Rocks for Charizard. He might go right into the Charizard here, depending. But we get rid of the Latios. So he's sacked a couple of Pokemon that on plays that I'm not really sure I agree with. But it doesn't matter what I agree with. Everybody plays the game differently. So I never understood that when people say that they don't agree with a certain play. Like, why does that matter if you agree with it? Everyone plays differently. Not everybody always makes the most optimal plays either. For example, me, I always make bad plays. I'm bad. He does go for the Dragon Claw. I'm not sure why he's not Mega Evolving. I'm really not sure. I kind of want to taunt him to prevent him from Dragon Dancing, but if he does Dragon Dance, he just dies. He has Roost, yeah. What am I doing? Talking about bad plays, here we go. I really should just be taunting this thing because he's shown Dragon Dance and Roost and Will-O-Wisp. Willow, Dragon Dance, Roost. What is his attacking move? Dragon Claw. Okay, he's mono attacking Dragon. So I guess I could have just gone into Clefable. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I kind of want to taunt this just so that you have to attack and stay in the Blade form. And that's probably my best play. I mean, he can't do too much to me. If he's special, that's not going to hurt me too much. And he actually tries to go for the Substitute, and he is lefties. I mean, most of them are lefties anyway. But he's probably Sub-Toxic? Or Sub-D... not DD. SD. That would be scary. He's actually going to go into the Garchomp as I foul play, but I am burned. So, yeah, that's not going to be doing a whole lot. I think I just need to foul play again at this point, as he is going to go for the Dragon Claw. I get some more chip damage with the foul play there. And has he shown an item? Yeah, I mean, Garchomp could be so many different things. Sometimes they run Focus Sash. They could be Lumberry if he had Outrage, but or SD, but he has the Dragon Claw instead. He could be Yachi Berry. He could be Rocky Helmet. Oh yeah, he is Rocky Helmet. He showed that already. I don't know what I'm talking about. Just ignore me. Just ignore me. Just ignore me. So Aegislash is here, and leaving Clefable out is never a good idea, but I don't need Clefable for anything, so I'm just going to Fire Blast, especially because I already saw that he has Sub. I don't want him getting up a free Substitute if I can help it, so I might as well go for the Fire Blast. He's probably not going to Sub here, so he doesn't. He goes for the Flash Cannon, and I took this opportunity to set up the Stealth Rocks again for the Charizard. And I'll let him kill Clefable here because it really doesn't do anything for me. I mean, it can switch in on a Dragon Claw from Garchomp and Charizard, but that's about it. I don't really need it to win, especially because it's paralyzed, and I don't want to mess around with the paras because they never go my way anyway. I could just go in with Charizard here and win, basically, because he's going to have to rely on King's Shield, and yeah, he's going to have to rely on King's Shield, basically. If anything that he switches in dies here. So I'm going to Dragon Dance first, predicting possibly a King's Shield, and he opts to just go for the Substitute. What is this going to do to me? I mean, I think Dragon Claw will break the Sub. So if he King's Shields here, I mean, I guess we're just going to go to -1, but he doesn't. He goes for the Shadow Ball, which does not do half. Not going to be a 2-hit KO, but now it will be because he gets the Spadef drop. Kind of tempted to just Flare Blitz here. He has to King's Shield, though. He's not going to King's Shield, he's just going to let me kill it. Okay. Maybe he doesn't have the King's Shield? That would be interesting. Sub, Flash Cannon, Shadow Ball. What was his other move? Shadow Sneak, maybe. Yeah, maybe he had the Shadow Sneak and did not have the King's Shield. That's unusual to see it without it, though. We are going to survive with 1% after the Rocky Helmet and the Rough Skin, and Charizard comes in. Is he going to Mega? Is he going to Mega? I want to see what Mega this is. Blah, blah, blah. I can't talk. I'm assuming it was Charizard X because he had Dragon Claw. I don't know. I really don't know what to say about that battle. We get a win, so that's nice. We're almost out of the 1200s, which means we might start getting some more experienced players, but the session is almost over, so I don't know. I don't know, but we're not going to end it there. It's only been about 14 or 15 minutes. So I would like to make this a half an hour so we can go for a couple more battles here, as this is a rather interesting team. We see the Gothitelle again, so that could be interesting with shenanigans. You know, why do I want to call it spell tag? Shadow tag shenanigans. But I do have Aegislash, which does not only escape the shadow tag, but we can take it on pretty easily. Gothitelle doesn't usually have anything that can hurt me other than the trick. And I lead with Jawsy, and he leads with the Azumarill. I just Destiny Bonded, and he decided to try to kill me. So maybe he thought I was Mega. Even if I was Mega, I could still carry the Destiny Bond, though, so he just sacks his Azumarill to that. Do people not know that Sharpedo runs the Destiny Bond? Because I've been getting a lot of kills that seemed like surprise kills, but I would think that you would see it coming. So he actually is faster than me. Normally I leave Diggersby out on Rotoms just because it's very rare to see them offensive with enough speed to outspeed Diggersby, because they're almost all defensive with like 44 speed EVs. But turns out this is offensive. He still can't kill me with a Hydro Pump though, somehow, which is kind of surprising because that is stab. But U-turn does a butt ton. That did 45%. He is still lefties, so he's just maybe, I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. But yeah, offensive with lefties, or just a lot of speed. But at this point, I guess I'm just going to Dragon Claw. And oh, I really thought that was going to kill because he was offensive and he gets a Pain Split off. That kind of stinks. I guess I should have Dragon Danced there. Do I Roost? I'm going to Dragon Claw again. I don't really want him switching in the Gliscor safely. So yeah, that does 40%, so that might be Spadef Gliscor. I mean, it almost certainly is, judging by that damage. If he doesn't protect here, Flare Blitz will kill him. Yeah, no doubt that's going to kill. So we'll see if he wants to sack his Gliscor to this Charizard this early, and he does. He doesn't even go for the Protect. It's possible that he didn't have it. They don't all carry it. I don't know what his set was. Maybe he was offensive Gliscor. I don't really know. All I know is that Charizard's putting in some work here. Would have been nice if we could have rid ourselves of that Rotom, just because then we could just start firing off EQs all over the place. But that is not the case, as he is going to trap us with the Gothitelle. I will Roost here to see what he tries to go for. He does have the Psyshock and not Psychic, which means I can Roost again. And if you want to keep Psyshocking me, that's fine. Oh, you're Calm Mind. So you might be physically defensive, but you can't kill me. So yeah, you have nothing to hit me super effectively. I'm going to Dragon Dance up here. He does go for the Psyshock, which does 42% at +1, which is kind of sad. But I'm not going to mess around with this. I'll take the Recoil just to Flare Blitz. It'll kill anything that he switches into. And yeah, Gothitelle is just dead. And we're going to survive the Recoil as well. So at this point, if he goes into Scizor, which he does do, I don't think that we die to a Bullet Punch, so I will Roost here. Because, yeah, it's probably going to do 15. Yeah, it does exactly 15. Called it. Alright, so now we can Roost again. And he might just forfeit at this point, honestly, because we're going to get the sweep. He can't do anything about it. Yep, he is going to forfeit. So, Charizard X putting in some serious work here. Some serious work. Let's find another battle, because was that only like 13 minutes? Or not, yeah, 13-minute battle. 3 minutes is what I was trying to say, but I don't do English. I don't. I'm bad at it. So we'll give this guy good luck, have fun. Very threatening team here. That could be Mega Alakazam. Could be Sash, although I am anticipating the Breloom to be Sash. Probably Scarf Darmanitan. Most likely Tail Glow Manaphy. The Bisharp is very dangerous, especially because I don't have Sacred Sword on Aegislash. And Lando Eye is just it's not a fat sack of potatoes, but it's a broken sack of potatoes. It has so many different sets that it can run. Calm Mind, Rock Polish, just Life Orb. It just kills everything. It's ridiculous. So I'm going to taunt this. I didn't want him going for sub and the Swords Dance. So he's going to have to Iron Head me. That's not going to hit KO. He does show that he is Life Orb. Unfortunately, we flinch. And now I have to Roost, because he's just going to Iron Head again. And if he flinches, then Mandibuzz is dead. but he does not, so we get another turn here. If I can roost one more time with lefties, we can take 2 Iron Heads, so the flinch won't matter as much. But the entire time that he's doing this, he's just allowing himself to be weakened via the Life Orb damage. Kind of surprised that he has Life Orb and Sub on the same set, because that does wear you down so easily. We do get another roost off, so at 90%, even considering the min-max, it looks like we'll be able to take 2 hits. So we'll have to see here. As he is going to go for the Swords Dance this time because his taunt did wear off, and he sets up a SD. So SD Sub, Iron Head, Sucker Punch, so you don't have knockoff? I'm assuming it's Sucker Punch. Foul Play will kill him here. We actually live the Iron Head, and we do not get flinched, which means that Mandy is going to live to see another day. And we eliminate Bisharp very early on in the match, which is great news for Clefable and Aegislash. And everybody, basically, because that priority Sucker Punch is scary. So he's going to go into the Breloom here. The Mach Punch is pretty obvious. I don't think he's going to Spore just because I have Overcoat. So I think he's going to make the safe play here and go for the Mach Punch. So I have a couple of options. I could go into Aegislash or Clefable. I'm going to choose Clefable. Oh, he's actually going to go for the Rock Tomb. Okay, then. I mean, he outspeeds me anyway, because he's probably running max speed. So I guess it didn't really matter what attack move he went for, as he is going to put me to sleep now. And we burn a sleep turn, which is fine. And now we can switch out, or we can just keep the sleep turns burning. As he does go for the Bullet Seed, that's not going to kill me. And we do wake up on the first possible turn and get this thing down to its Sash, which is great. A little bit lucky there. Another Bullet Seed. I think he needed to get 4 hits to kill me. Yeah, it looked like he did need to get 4 hits to kill me. But I'm going to just sacrifice Mandy here, which does mean he can Spore if he can get this in safely again. But I wanted to save Clefable just because of the Stealth Rock for Darmanitan and for this now that it's down to its Sash. But I don't want to be locked into Quick Attack. I think Shadow Sneak is better because at least I don't have to lock myself into that. And Aegislash actually does take on a decent amount of his team. So he is going to go into Landorus. And do I want to hard switch here? I think it might be a good idea for me to hard switch. Just because if this is Rock Polish or Calm Mind, giving him free turns is not really a good idea. Although looking at the construction of his team, he does not have a Stealth Rocker outside of this Landorus, so that leads me to believe that he is Life Orb with Stealth Rock, and that he's going to go for Stealth Rock here. So with that in mind, I'm going to go into Charizard, and he does actually go for the Stealth Rock, so that is going to confirm my suspicion. And he will outspeed me here, but he is going to go for the Psychic. He has to go for that because he couldn't risk me being Charizard Y if he went for Earth Power, and that's not going to kill me. It does so much damage for a non-stab move just because Landorus' eye is broken, and now he has to sack something. He opts to let me get rid of the Landorus, which is great. Unfortunately for me, the rocks are going to be up for the entirety of the match just because Mandibuzz is gone. I can't do anything about that. Mach Punch probably will kill Charizard from here. Is he going to go for it, though? He went for Rock Tomb last time, but that was just because he knew he was going to outspeed a Mandibuzz that's defensive. Do I need Charizard for anything? Not really, so I'm going to test the waters here. Unfortunately, Mach Punch does take us out, but getting rid of the Landorus is huge. Huge. Honestly, that is the most threatening thing on my opponent's team. Actually, the two most threatening things I would classify as Bisharp and Landorus, so having them out of the way is great, even if it does mean we had to get rid of Charizard to do so. Now, I'm going to go back into Aegislash, and I really want to click Shadow Ball this time, predicting him to switch, but I don't know if he's going to make that play twice. And if I can get rid of this Breloom, that'd be great. And I'm immune to Mach Punch, too. And that's another reason why I didn't want to go into Diggersby. Because if he's Jolly, I am adamant Diggersby. So if he goes for Mach Punch and he's Jolly, then I could be kind of screwed. And we might need Diggersby, especially because of that Alakazam. I don't know what set that's going to be. It could be Sash. There's nothing against having 2 Sash Pokemon. But I really think that it is Mega. And we're probably going to need that Quick Attack to win us the game. especially because he also has a Darmanitan that is likely going to be Scarfed. So he's taking some time to think about his move here. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know. He may want to preserve this just for Sharpedo and the Diggersby, because that could be really handy, and they really bother his team, because I can protect to get a speed boost and start outspeeding things, like the Manaphy, like the Alakazam. So he is going to switch in the Manaphy here. This can't kill me. They usually run Tail Glow, Scald, or Surf, Energy Ball, maybe HP Fire. They don't usually run HP Ground just because Scald does already hit Heatran super effectively. So I don't think he's going to go for Energy Ball here, so I have a relatively safe switch into Sharpedo. The only thing that kind of troubles me is if he's going to go for Sub. If he's Sub Tail Glow, I could be in for a bad time. Let's see. I could try to get up rocks too with Clefable, but I don't want to mess around with this if he's going to start setting up Tail Glows, and he goes right for the Tail Glow. So I'm going to protect first. He may predict that and go for another Tail Glow and get up to +6, in which case I will just Destiny Bond. As no, he actually does decide to not get greedy and go right for the Energy Ball. And now that I'm faster, I will go for the Destiny Bond as he does kill me. So another setup sweeper gone. I don't think he has anything left on his team that could set up. Like I said, the Alakazam is probably going to be Mega. That Breloom we know is sashed. We saw Spore, Mach Punch, and Rock Tomb already. Actually, we saw Bullet Seed too, because he went for that on Clefable, so he doesn't have Swords Dance. Darmanitan is almost surely Choice, as I mentioned like 5 times already. So we don't have to worry about setup moves anymore. But this is going to come down in the end. This is going to be a close match. By far the best in the episode, for sure. For show. I can't believe I just said that. Don't let me get away with that. Now, Darmanitan is here. I think... Do I have to sack something? I think I do have to sack something. He's just going to Flare Blitz. That's why I can't switch in Aegislash. It kills everything, basically. Actually, it doesn't kill Aegislash while it's in shield mode, I don't think. So this being choiced actually works to our advantage because we can King Shield it. So he does go for the Flare Blitz. He does take a little bit of recoil. It's unfortunate that we weren't able to get those rocks up because then Breloom and this Darmanitan would be much less of an issue. But do I King Shield the Shadow Ball? I think he's going to switch. And he does switch, go into the Alakazam actually. And that's just dead. That is perfect. He predicted the King Shield. And thankfully I was able to play around that, because yeah, Shadow Ball does, or not Shadow Ball, Flare Blitz, I don't think it kills. I don't think Flare Blitz from Scarfed or Darmanitan kills. If he's banded, yeah, it definitely is going to kill. But this time we do go for the King Shield. I haven't revealed it up until this point, so he may have thought that I didn't have it just because I didn't go for it. But we do get him to -2, and now we can Shadow Ball. Yeah, something else dies, basically. He's going to Flare Blitz. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I mean, I still don't know if he was banded or not, but that was definitely going to kill me from full HP. But either way, even if that didn't really change anything, I still predicted him to predict the Flare Blitz there, so... Or not the Flare Blitz, the King Shield. So he's actually going to forfeit because I do have the Shadow Sneak, and that's going to take out the Breloom. So that could have been a little bit dicey, but thankfully we got the Aegislash predictions correct. And even though we do get up to about 1,300 on the ladder, that is going to be it for this time because we're approaching the 30-minute mark. So we had some good matches. Overall, I had a lot of fun using Aegislash. If I do end up getting Rex for this, I'm not sure if I'm going to have the time for it. But if I do, I will be voting for it to stay in Ubers because I think that's where it belongs. I think almost everyone is in the same boat there. But yeah, that's going to be it for this time. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you're leaving a like rating or a comment or whatever you would like to do. And I will see you all next time. But until then, game on.